So I'm going to show you how I make my very own personalized casserole that very much kind of tastes like an enchilada casserole. But it's basically over trial and error ingredients that I have kind of came up with on my own. Over time I have tossed some ingredients out and added some in until it's not even focusing, until it tasted just right. So here's how I do it. Let's get started. So first things first is I take about 1.5 pounds, which is a 3-pound container of sour cream. I take about half of that, put it in the bowl. Then I take a can of diced tomatoes. Then I go ahead and add the mushrooms. Next thing I do is I take olives that I have cut up, throw them in there. Then I take about, well, probably the rest of this herb and garlic marinade, and I'm just going to dump it all in there. By the way, everything I'm choosing is very low on carbs. Next, I take some whole grain Dijon mustard, which, believe it or not, tastes really good in the dish. I'm going to have to do this off camera. And then next I'm going to put this in there. Next thing I'm going to do is cut these up and add them in as well. Okay, now I've got the avocados in there. So now I'm going to add some Italian seasoning. Garlic powder. Seasoned salt to taste. And now I'm going to stir all of the ingredients, kind of fold it. So that's what it looks like all mixed together, and I'm actually going to put it in the fridge to marinate while I cook the chicken, because I'm going to chop up some chicken and put that in there as well. So put that in there. I have incorporated the chicken into the mix, and it is ready to fill the casserole dish. I mixed the dough and shaped it into the dish, and then I put it in the freezer for just a little bit so it can harden to maintain its shape. And now I'm going to fill it with the mixture. Now that that's done, I am going to take this grated Swiss cheese, and I'm going to cover the top completely. And then the final part was I took that shredded cheese, spread it all over, and then put a garnish of basil. That was Italian seasoning, not basil. And then just a tiny bit of cayenne to top it off and give it a little bit of color. So now to put it in the oven. And this is the finished result. It looks delicious. Cannot wait to taste it. By the way, of course I live alone, but I don't eat all of this in one sitting. What I do is I cut it all up and package it into freezer meals. I'll usually eat like a serving when I cook it, but tonight I'm really not hungry, but I'm going to do a taste test just while it's warm. But yeah, I usually just freeze it into freezer meals along with some other things. So that's what I do. I need to come up with something else though. I just keep making casseroles. But I'm learning. I'm learning. Alright, now for the taste test. I'm really not hungry at all, but I just, yeah. Big old glopopotamus on my plate now. You know, that's really tasty. You know what? I think next time I'm going to try to put low-carb pasta in it somehow. I don't know. I just made a huge mess on my plate. I am really tired, and I'm going to go to bed. I'm not hungry in the slightest. I just made this so that I can get prepared for the week ahead. I should do another vlog on my freezer meal preparation. It actually saves you a lot of money when you do it that way. So, anyway, that's all for now. I'm gonna go to bed. I am so tired. Have a lovely